Hey everybody, Chris the Cop here. Welcome back. Thanks for watching, and definitely thank you for all your support. Alright, we got a little more of a breakdown of equipment in Ready or Not, and we're going to be talking about muzzles and underbarrel attachments. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Okay, we're going to be breaking down two areas of Ready or Not, the muzzle and underbarrel, and then we're going to break down the last two in another video. But what I really wanted to do was, this is more based upon the comments, because many of you are asking me what is real and what is not real in Ready or Not. But before we do that, I want to just give a disclaimer for the devs. In making these police games, devs have to eventually just focus on a specific area or region and then just start building their game from there. They cannot incorporate all of the SWAT uniforms, gears, and tactics that are throughout the entire United States, because it is so different. What we do on the West Coast is different than what we do on the East Coast of the United States. As a matter of fact, what we do in the state of California, from Northern California to Central California to Southern California, is different regarding police tactics. And that's kind of some of the reasons why people are like, well, why did they do this here? And why did they do this here? Well, it's a lot of our stuff is based upon the regions where we work in. So in this, the devs just have to finally say, okay, we're going to go with this look and feel. And then that's it. And then start building their game. So I'm very forgiving about that. Now, I'm pretty happy with the equipment that they have provided, and I don't have a problem with it. Now, I haven't checked out all the rifles yet. That's going to be its own video, but I'm obviously a big fan of the M4. It is the common patrol rifle, the common rifle for many SWAT teams. Now, the team that my team uses a 6-hour MCX, little different, but it's still, the concept is there. Yeah, so let's take a look. There's nothing really big here to really go over, but we'll talk about what some of these barrels are doing. Suppressor, big fan of it. Now here's the thing about it. We'll just talk about that in the video, and we'll talk about the myths behind suppressors. All right, so let's get to this, but let's do the business part of this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if this is your first time here, I am Chris the Cop. I'm a real police officer playing video games and talking everything nerd. If you like this content as well as other content on this channel, I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon for instant notification, because you just never know when I'm going to come home from work at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and begin live streaming or uploading a video. Speaking of live streaming, we live stream every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. We were live streaming GTA 5, but we already finished that game, and right now we're just kind of doing some random gameplay, so come join us there. Every other Saturday, we have this little show called Coffee with a Cop, where you could have joined me in the morning, where I have my cup of coffee, and that's at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we talk about life on the beat, my paramedic background, and whatever else may possibly come up, so you definitely don't want to miss that. And then throughout the week, we just have random gameplay videos, such as this video right here. A lot of information and descriptions down below. If you want to keep in contact with me and send me private DMs, I suggest you do that via Instagram and Discord. I am trying to make my way to be more active on Discord, but until then, my second in command, Fox Commander, is doing a great job of keeping that going, as well as the other moderators. All right, enough of this stuff. Let's get to a little Ready or Not and the whole reason why you're watching this video. Okay, so as many of you have seen my gameplay so far, you know that I'm using the M4 with a suppressor, right? And that's the suppressor. Now, here's the thing about suppressors. I am very familiar with the suppressor, as I had a suppressor on my rifle. And the suppressor does, and I know many of you know this, but the suppressor doesn't totally silence the round, but it does make it much quieter. I have operators that standing to the left and right of me on the range, and they don't have a suppressor on their rifle, and it is loud even with hearing protection. So I like the suppressor. The only bad part about the suppressor, and it's not that this is going to happen, but as I have talked about, we keep our weapons on semi-automatic on operations with the training to be able to switch to full auto if necessary. It's just what we do. I know the military is very different with that, and they have their different rules of engagement and training. And that's what people need to realize when we are doing these tactical things. So depending on your gameplay and how you want to play it, yeah, you could go in fully auto, but if you want to play it the way I've been playing it, it's semi-auto and doing failure drills when we come across suspects who decide that it's go time. And that would be 2 to the chest and 1 to the head. And once again, that's known as a failure drill. Now, with that, going back to the negative part of the suppressor, and I had personal experience with this, was we were doing some training, and we will sometimes do a 30-round burst, fully auto, just to get that back into that stance to make sure that our barrel is not, walking itself up, keeping on target. Is that realistic for us? No, but it still needs to be done for training purposes. Well, I had slung my rifle down, and unfortunately, my sling, I had it a little too loose, so the muzzle, the suppressor, was leaning against my Cry tactical pants. And eventually, I looked down, and I noticed that it was actually my pant caught fire. The suppressor was so hot that it caught my pants on fire. And I was able to pat it out, not a big deal, but that's how hot it was. And so you have to be very cognizant of where your barrel's at in real operation. So I'm very, like I said, I'm there. And the barrel, you could see it. I mean, if you keep shooting 30-round bursts after 30-round bursts, you will start seeing that thing glow. I think I have a video of that when we're on the range and we were testing that, and then everybody was shooting the weapon, the entire team, because we're doing a what we call a T&E. And eventually, by the time I got it, that barrel was glowing red. So that's what does happen. But you're not going to be really shooting that way. I mean, I can understand the military is doing that during firefights in Afghanistan and Iraq, but not in suburban police situations unless it just goes to crap and the zombie apocalypse happens. But for this, my gameplay, this is what I've been utilizing. I will probably switch it up to try some different loadouts, but as of for now, until I finish all of the missions, this is what I'm going to be using. Now, in regard to the SFMB break, the SFMB break is more of a it's designed for basically, I guess the best way to say it, like the gases to go out sideways. But it also allows for that when you shoot that round, for the rifle to come right back into your shoulder to keep you on target. So instead of like being able to lift you up more, it's designed to help you just keep tight and keep your shooting on target. That's what it's been essentially designed for. And so it's reducing, I guess the best way to describe it is kind of like reducing that rise, and that's why. That's why someone would want to have that particular muzzle, and you could see from it. I think let me see here my picture here. It's true. I wish I could zoom in a little bit better, but that's what it would look like. It's going to be loud. You're going to hear it. You're going to need hearing protection, and so if you're looking for that, and I don't know if the devs have incorporated that actually mechanic when you start shooting it, if it's actually having less rise. I'd have to test that in the game, and I guess we can definitely do that. And then the last one is the ASR break. I don't know too much about the ASR break, but it's kind of same concept of the gases coming out. You can see the 3 ports, and I know it's supposed to be able to be utilized with their version of a suppressor, and different manufacturers are making this one as well. But it's pretty much just pick your poison. The SFM break and the ASR break, in my opinion, are very similar. And then the suppressor is that just you want that silentness or less loudness, whatever that may be. And then, of course, last but not least, you can go with no muzzle. Standard M4 configuration. It's going to be loud. You're not going to have some of the benefits from the braking system. So it's just what you desire, what you want to pick. Now, last, let's go to the underbarrel control. Now you can see I chose the control grip. I'm a big fan of the control grip, okay? I just feel like it's right there. You know, like you have that and you have it back here. Now I've been, you know, obviously just with no control grip, it's still okay. But once again, this is my preferred. It's what I have on my rifle. Once again, it is just what you like. Now mine, I carry extra, my handle is hollow and I can be able to carry extra batteries for my lights in there. So I always have fresh batteries in there. So there is a plus there. I have a couple of friends that use a speed grip. That's pretty much where you're there. You can hold your hand in different configurations and hold that rifle there. And so you're not right on the barrel. You're still off that barrel. I've seen people like hold it, just, you know, have that, you know, just tapped on their fingers. They really like that type of movement. Once again, it's more what you like. Now, the reason why I like the grip is that with SWAT, we're pretty much really on the move. We want to be able to bring that rifle up. I feel like this particular grip is really good for patrol operations. But once again, a patrol officer could have this one or the grip on the rifle. It's pretty much, once again, just preference. And then last one, the combat grip. I'm not really familiar with the combat grip. I know there are a couple of officers that have combat grips on their rifles. And once again, that is just their preference. But I guess it just gives you that more of that bulkiness for it. And if there's any military veterans in here or any other people that are very familiar with that, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what would be the difference between the combat grip and the control grip. And yeah, so I'm going to put my grip back on this, and let's see if there's any real difference with our underbarrel, our muzzles for shooting wise. So I'm going to take I'm going to go with the SFMB. Well, let's go with the suppressor first and see if there is any mechanics in the game that change for us. Because this could all just be aesthetics, to be honest with you. And nothing really different. Oh, we don't want to go towards that guy. We want to go to the range. Okay, so here's what my suppressor. And you can see the rise. You can see where my second round goes. It's up high. I'll do a quick shot here. I'm going to do a double tap. See? 3. That actually did 3. So you can see the rise in there, the automatic rise in the rifle just from that. So let's go change our barrel. Still didn't seem too quiet, did it? We're going to go with the SFMB brake. I wonder if the loudness changes in the game. I really never tested these out. And I wouldn't probably if you guys didn't ask. Alright, so I'm going to do a double tap. Closer, see that? Okay, that's a lot closer together. Grouping was a lot closer. On there. And maybe not so much. The slower. No, not too bad. I feel, personally, like the mechanic changed. Not sure. So, anybody that has more experience with that, let me know if you think the mechanics are changing with when you change the rifle. And we're going to try the last one. Actually, we'll go with the no muzzle after we do. What is it like? Well, I could just tell by the sight alone the rise in the muzzle. If you guys can see that. Nice headshot. Let's do a failure drill. Yeah, I don't know if there's really a mechanical change. And that's something to go. And I've noticed that the sound is pretty much similar. Is the best way, I guess, to describe it. And let's go with no muzzle. Standard out of the box configuration. Yeah, so it's all the same. So there's really no mechanical change. I think this is more for aesthetics. But once again, I could 100% be wrong. I have no problem admitting that. So if you guys have some other decisions regarding, or other comments regarding that, please let me know. Now, I know in real life it would definitely be different. Real life 100% would be different. And we could, as a matter of fact, I had a video showing you, you could actually hear my suppressor, and then you could see my shots at 50 yards, but unfortunately I had to take that video down. But it was awesome because you, as the viewer, were able to hear the actual suppressor, how much it lessened the sound, I guess would be the proper terminology. So, I guess. I'm going to put my rifle back together, back to its configuration, and yeah, there we go. Quick little short video on the whole muzzle and underbarrel. Next time we'll cover the overbarrel and maybe the ammunition, and then we'll start switching up. Maybe we'll just have one video of all the rifles, I guess. I know a lot of people, you know, this doesn't have the views that my other videos have of the actual gameplay, but there are people who are asking questions on what is real, what is not real. In my opinion, all three of these barrels are real. They could be on any tactical team's rifles, so devs got that right. And as far as the underbarrel, the control grips, definitely all of those are current grips that are utilized by patrol officers as well as tactical teams that I'm aware of, and there could be other ones out there. So devs definitely got these right, as well as their sights. They got the sights right as well. So good job. And we're just going to keep plugging away and seeing what the devs give us over the next coming year as the game keeps getting more and more polished. And for those of you that have been telling the devs, you got to go to hold of Chris, you got to hold of, they have. The devs have emailed me, the devs have texted me, we are talking. I'm going to be going down and meeting them where they're located, and we're going to have some talks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me, and once again, thank you for all the love and support. We broke 61,000 followers a couple of days ago, which is just, it's awesome, on our road to 100,000. Don't forget to head on over to Steam and comment and like these videos there, because it helps my videos to be the highest ranking videos on Steam, which gets other people to find this channel on YouTube. We'll do whatever we possibly can. And I'm always open up to being DM'd via Instagram and Discord. I prefer Discord because it's easier for me to manage. And I'm going to be trying to jump in and out of Discord more and more on my days off, just to kind of interact with the community, because yeah, it's just kind of cool. I think that's about it. All right, take care of yourself, take care of one another. Who knows, we're going to get through this COVID crap, but we'll do it all together. But until then, I'll be in this chair making the content you request, you want, and you definitely deserve. What my little buddy right there, looking over my shoulder. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris the Copper reminding all of you, we can truly change the world and make it a better place by just helping one person at a time. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris the Copper reminding all of you, peace.